Like everything that you do should be in worship, so to speak, to what the ideal you're trying to create.
Right. Yeah.
And you can't do that if you're insincere. You can't do that if you're just trying to be the packaging and not the item.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, that there's too many, and I think this is part of the problem with social media, is that people are intoxicated with this idea of having other people think they're awesome. So they put out all this stuff to make it look like, like they're this amazing person, and, they'll put up these quotes and put up this shit. But it's not really what they're into. They just want you to think they're into it, and it comes off that way. Like you get, like one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, I posted a quote last night, or not a quote rather, but an image of Miyamoto Musashi, because I got into the Book of Five Rings again.
I cannot wait to hear what just criticism somehow came out of nowhere to tell you what a jerk you were, how wrong you are.
I don't know if there is any criticism. I didn't pay attention. But what I was going to criticize is, I was going to say that I have an issue with, there's a lot of people online. It's not even that I have an issue. It doesn't resonate with me. This is a better way of putting it without being negative. There's so many people that are posting motivational shit, but they haven't done anything.
True. It is trying to be the packaging and not the item.
You can do this. If you feel that, go do this. This is how you go get it. What the fuck have you done? You have to do something. And I didn't say this last night, but this is what I meant when I posted it. Like, if you want to take inspiration, there's something about the words of Miyamoto Musashi that are profoundly inspirational, because he's a man who bested over 60 men in one-on-one sword fights. So when he's talking about strategy, or he's talking about technique, and he's talking about preparation, and you must research this, you must look into this, and this is how you go about attacking, this is how you play off your opponent's strategy. He's talking about life or death with a fucking sword.
You can't get more serious than that.
It comes through in his words, man. Even translation from Japanese to English, even though it's 400 years later, there's something about that guy that it gives me goosebumps, man, when I read his shit.
I fell in love with samurai philosophy a long time ago from Nitobe and the Hagakure, and there's even one called Budo or Samurai Philosophy of the Samurais. I forget the name of it, but it's a really short, succinct book that really nails down some things. And I think part of why what they have to say is so authentic and so real, so to speak, is because it's life or death for them. You're reading Storm of Steel by Ernst Jünger, and you're reading this guy's take on being in World War I. And it's not that he was never afraid. It's not that he didn't understand what war is. It's just from his position as a soldier and the way he approached things and the way he even still saw beauty in these moments, in living in that part of his life. It's clearly somebody that I believe has a good grip on being towards death, as Heidegger would put it, like being embracing what it means to be alive. And by embracing that, you're also embracing the fact that you are going to die. It is not going away, that death is alongside you and you don't know when it's coming. And there's no need to, because you're not supposed to be thinking about whether or not you're going to die or when it's going to come or anything like that. But you need to be thinking about what you're going to do before that time does show up and how you're going to do it and for why. What is it? How are you finding meaning and fulfillment in life so that when death comes along and tugs on your shoulder and on your shirt sleeve, you're like, all right, well, this is it.
Yeah, and those guys, people that you've described, whether it's Musashi or any of those people, what comes out in their words is authenticity, because of the fact that they have led these extraordinary lives and they have faced incredible danger. They have lived. There's something about that where you can genuinely learn from those people, whereas there's a lot of people that really haven't, but they know that people long for those things, so they try to recreate it. They try to recreate these quotes, or they try to find some words that will inspire you to get going and seize the moment and make the most of the day and go out there and conquer and kick ass, and it doesn't mean anything.
It's all persona.
Yeah.
It is attempting to take on, it's presenting the persona of that kind of individual, mainly because they know that deep down all of us realize that there's weight to those kind of people,
Yes.
you know, and I'm sure Peterson would be like, it's the bloody archetype, you know,
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
exactly what he would do. Yeah.
But